You have not been out yet, correct?
This is my 5th car.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've already gone through all the briefings and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is Brian Stark. We're in the C7 doing 12 laps with Gail Harrington? Harrington. Hartingson. Jesus, that's some bad handwriting. Okay, Hartington. All right, Gail, you've already gone out. You've heard the briefings before. Most important thing, what other cars did you drive today?
I drove, not the Porsche Cayman, but the next one up.
The GT3?
I drove the 488.
Okay.
I drove the McLaren 720.
Okay.
And the Lamborghini
Performante.
Right.
Okay. All right, so you've driven this car before. You know how it goes. You know basically what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Just be smooth. Be patient with that throttle going through the turn so we don't engage that traction control. And other than that, do you have any questions?
Nope.
You ready to have some fun?
Yep.
All right, drop it down into manual. Foot off the brake, a little bit of throttle to the left. Watch out for the pillar.
Okay, am I going to be shifting or you?
You will be.
Okay.
Now, since we're doing 12 laps, we're probably going to go do sets of 4, maybe 5. It depends on what our oil temp gets to.
Okay.
Most likely 4. So we'll do 4, come in, debrief, do another 4, and then head out. All right, you ready? Smooth throttle, first green cone. Stay over to the right here. And turn it in. Keep it in 3rd gear, drop down 1. Downshift.
Oh, okay. I screw this up every time.
It's okay, we'll get there. All right, this is you. Go ahead. Stay to the left. All right, brake. Stay up high. Off the brakes. Stay up high. Off the brakes. Off the brakes. Off the brakes.
Oh, off brakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And turn it in, nice and close to your apex. This is where I want you every time, okay? Squeeze that throttle out to the left-hand side. Push, push, push. Stay left. Brake. Stay left. Off those brakes. Turn it in, nice and close to that apex. A little bit tighter. Squeeze that throttle. That's good. Stay over to the right.
Now this is where I get screwed up in here.
Okay, off the throttle, turn it in, nice and sharp to that apex. Just maintain your speed. Squeeze that throttle out to the right-hand side a little bit. A lot of people fight it right here where they have too much steering input in. Now back over to the left.
I should be over.
Yes,
okay.
yeah. Turn it in, nice and close to that apex. And so now there's our apex. Now you want to start rolling back to that throttle out to the left and then smoothly back over to the right. All right, off the throttle, turn it in, no brakes there. We're really not going quick enough to have the brakes. I want you to be able to focus on your line here. Stay left, just right here. And start turning it in. Just maintain your speed, maintain your speed. Squeeze that throttle nice and smooth out to the left. There we go. Left shift. Left shift. And brake. We're gonna get past on the right-hand side. You're fine, right there. Off the brakes, and turn it in. There's our line. Start squeezing that throttle. Push, 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 push. Throttle out to the left. Brake, stay left, turn it in, off those brakes. A little bit closer, squeeze that throttle, stay over to the right there, that's good.
All right, this is where I have a problem.
Okay, off the throttle, turn it in. I'm gonna help you here. Squeeze that throttle, squeeze that throttle, squeeze that throttle, 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 and then brake. Stay left, turn it in, off that brake. Nice and close, that's good, that's good. A little bit tighter, squeeze that throttle out to the left. Turn it in, get it in there. Squeeze that throttle, stay left. Just maintain your speed right here.
Why can't I get this green cone right?
I think because you're looking at the cones, that's the problem. Don't look at the cones.
Yeah, I was looking at an apex over on the right and I keep thinking.
Don't look at anything. You're gonna get passed on the right-hand side. Brake, stay up high, off the brake, off the brake, off the brake. Turn it in, nice and sharp. That's good. Squeeze that throttle. Out to the left. Brake, stay left. Turn it in, off that brake. Nice and close to that apex. Squeeze that throttle. Stay to the right. You're good. Off the throttle, turn it in. Squeeze that throttle. We're gonna go right here. Push, 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 push. Okay, so see how we kind of just swept that entire part?
Right.
Turn it in, nice and close to that apex. Squeeze that throttle, back over to the right. Off the throttle, turn it in, no brakes there. Squeeze that throttle, stay left, just maintain your speed. Turn it in, nice and close to your apex. Turn it in, turn it in. A little bit sharper. Squeeze that throttle out to the left.
Should I be shifting to 5 or just 3 and 4?
Into 5's fine if you want.
Okay.
Brake, stay up high. Off that brake, off that brake, off that brake. Now turn it in, nice and sharp, nice and sharp. Touch that apex cone, good. Squeeze that throttle out to the left-hand side. Stay left. Turn it in, off that brake. Nice and close to that apex. Squeeze that throttle. Perfect, stay right here. Light brake, off the brakes, turn it in, get it in there. There it is. Now squeeze that throttle, let the car float out to the right a little bit. Smoothly back over to the left, nice and smooth. Brake, stay left, off those brakes. Off those brakes. Now turn it in, nice and sharp. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Back over to the right.
I need to be over here now, right?
Yep, off the throttle, turn it in. Stay left of that second green cone, just maintain your speed.
Now I go here.
And turn it in. Yep, turn it
Now I
in.
turn it in.
Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Brake, stay up high. Off that brake, off that brake. Turn it in, nice and sharp. Start squeezing that throttle. Throttle, throttle, throttle out to the left. Stay to the left. Brake, stay left. Turn it in, off that brake pedal. Get in there sharp, sharper. Squeeze that throttle. Center the track, good. Light brake, off the brakes. Turn it in, nice and close to your apex. Squeeze that throttle out to the right. Smoothly make your way back over to the left. Just one swoop. Yep, there you go.
Everything looks the same anymore.
Turn it in. Nice and close to your apex. Squeeze that throttle. Off the throttle. Turn it in. Squeeze that throttle. Just stay left. Just maintain. Turn it in.
I'm getting that one right now.
Yep. Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Harder. Stay up high. Downshift. Off those brakes. Off the brakes. Turn it in. Nice and sharp. That's good. See how you have to wait that extra half second there for
Yeah.
our turn in? Yeah. Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Brake. Turn it in. Off that brake pedal. Get in there tight to that apex. Squeeze that throttle. Stay to the right. Light brake, off the brakes, turn it in. You've got this one, nice and smooth. Squeeze that throttle out to the right, nice and smooth. Perfect. And back over to the left. Brake. And we're gonna go in on that one, debrief, and then we'll go back out. So take it through the 2 blue cones on the left-hand side here.
All right, wait a minute.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. Turn it in. All right, so let's go into this pit right here, next to the Acura. All right, go into turn in one of these right here. Turn in. There you go. Okay, so do you have any questions for me to start with?
No.
All right, so you're still wanting to focus on the line, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do on this next set, let's see, we did 5, so we're going to do 7 on this next one because
Okay.
we're not really overheating, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to help you a little bit with the steering. I'm just going to show you where I want you to be. I might just adjust the wheel a little bit because I think you're looking at the cones a lot, aren't you?
I know I'm supposed to be looking ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the cones are there to like be peripheral vision in the back of your mind.
Uh-huh.
Don't focus on the cones because if you're looking at the cones, you're going to drive to the cones, and if you drive to the cones, then
Right.
you hit the cones. Just keep them in mind. You know, you see the green. You know, I say, okay, aim for the second green cone down the way. Don't look at the cone. Just think, okay, that's the direction I'm going. I'm going to set up a little bit left, and I'm going to turn in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't just focus on the cones. And some of these, you know, we don't need to brake because we're just not having enough speed. If you want to, that's fine, just out of practice and repetition. but you know, I'll tell you if we need to brake or not. And really, let's see, I'm just kind of running through everything in my head. Everything's pretty good for the most part as far as your line goes and going through the process. So you're good there. Really what I want to do is just get a little bit more fluid, where you're not questioning or questioning yourself, basically. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this next set, we're just gonna keep it smooth, keep, you know, listening to me. Don't focus on the cones. I'm gonna help out with a little bit on the steering, just to kind of set you up where I want you on the track. And ideally, you know, if I do that once, then you'll start to remember the handful of times around after that.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Drop it down. Let's head off to the right.
You're seeing the two problems, the areas I'm having.
Yes. But you've already corrected a lot of stuff that you were having issues.
I've had those same problems in all the other cars.
Yeah. Full stop. And I think a lot of those problems are just looking at the cones and thinking about it too much. You're kind of analyzing everything.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, we've basically got the track to ourselves. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Upshift. Stay left. You want to be over here.
Hey, it's same area.
That's okay. It's hard to get that one in the entry. So we're close to that turn. Always just look for the red and white stripes. That's your target point. Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Stay up high. Off those brakes. Turn it in. Nice and sharp. Sharper, sharper, sharper. There. Okay, good. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. That was good. Stay to the left. Brake. A little bit more brake. Turn off the brakes. Turn it in. Nice and sharp. Sharper. Squeeze that throttle. Stay to the right. Light brake. Off the brakes. Turn it in. Nice and sharp. Squeeze that throttle out to the right. Smoothly back to the left. Okay, you're having a little bit of issue there. We'll correct that on the next one. Yeah. Turn it in. Come off that brake pedal.
I'm thinking there's an apex there on the right is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Squeeze that throttle. Off the throttle. Turn it in. Good. That's good. That's good. Squeeze that throttle. Stay right there.
Okay.
Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Stay on those brakes. Stay up high. Off those brakes. Turn it in. Nice and close to that apex. A little bit tighter. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Off that brake. Good. Squeeze that throttle. Stay to the right. Light brake. Off the brakes. Turn it in. Nice and close to that apex. Squeeze that throttle out to the right. Right here. Throttle. 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 Brake. Turn it in. Come off that brake. A little bit tighter. That's good. Squeeze that throttle. Off the throttle. Turn it in. You got it. Turn it in. Squeeze that throttle, stay left, turn it in. Bring it up, no throttle, no throttle. Full throttle, full throttle. Brake, stay up high, downshift, off those brakes. Turn it in, nice and close to that apex. Squeeze that throttle, out to the left. Stay left. Turn it in off that brake pedal. Nice and smooth. Squeeze that throttle. To the right. Light brake. Off the brakes. Turn it in. Get there tight to that apex. Squeeze that throttle out to the right. Nice and smooth. Brake. Stay left. Turn it in off that brake pedal. Get in there tight to that apex. A little bit tighter. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Right. Throttle. Turn it in. Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Off that brake. Okay, you're starting to pick it up there. You see that? brakes, off the brakes. Turn it in, nice and sharp. Be a little bit slower on that turning. You're a little jerky, that's all that is. Stay to the left. Brake, stay left. Turn it in, come off that brake. A little bit tighter. Squeeze that throttle. Stay to the right. Light brake, off the brakes, turn it in. Nice and close. Now remember, just hold one input right here. Squeeze that throttle. Brake. Turn it in, come off that brake. Squeeze that throttle, nice and smooth. See right there, you're just kind of, you see how you're just chasing it? Off the throttle, turn it in. Nice and smooth, just one steering input, one steering input. Stay to the left.
Stay to the left.
Turn it in, turn it in. Yep. You need to be looking a little bit further ahead. I think you're just looking very close to the front of the car. Brake, stay up high. Off the brakes.
Brakes.
Turn it in.
Turn it in.
Squeeze that throttle, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Out to the left. Stay left. Turn it in off that brake. Nice and smooth. Good. Squeeze that throttle. Back over to the right. Light brake. Off the brakes. Turn it in. Now remember, just one steering input in. One steering. Squeeze that throttle. Good. 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 Brake. Stay left. Turn it in. Come off that brake. Nice and close. Squeeze that throttle. Right there. Go. 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 Off the throttle. Turn it in. You got it. Get it in there. Just stay left. Stay left. Stay left. A little bit of a brake. Turn it in. You're good. You're good. Get it in there. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Brake. Stay up high. Off those brakes.
Brakes.
Turn it in. Get in there tighter. Squeeze that throttle out to the left. Brake. Brake. Stay left. Turn it in off that brake. Squeeze that throttle. Right. Light brake. Light brake. Turn it in. Get in there tight. One input. Squeeze that throttle. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Good. Stay to the left. Brake. Turn it in off that brake pedal. Get in there tight to that apex. That's good. That's good. One steering input. There you go. See how you're just kind of going back and forth?
Yeah.
Back over to the right. Just keep in mind just one input basically, and just add little adjustments to it. Turn it in. Squeeze that throttle. Stay right here. Here we go. Squeeze that throttle. Nice and smooth out to the left.